Let's be honest. Being a dynasty fantasy basketball player is one of the saddest lives you can live. How do I know? Because I live that life every single day. But you know what? It could get worse for you. You could be a dynasty player, but imagine if you are a fantasy basketball points league dynasty player. Oh my God, there is no way you can even survive because there's not enough information for you. You're searching in the internet with a daggone shovel at nighttime with a flashlight. It is just not a good look. In this episode, we're going to help you out. We're going to give you the top 100 fantasy basketball players for points leagues. We believe every NBA fan that plays fantasy football should also play fantasy basketball. So we're going to jump right into this. We are using hashtag basketball. If you've never tried it out before, just visit hashtagbasketball.com and then you can search the different types of league settings that they have for you to provide that rankings data. Now, really quick, if you are not familiar with Dynasty or Keeper leagues, I'm going to break it down for you really quick just to let you know. So for a keeper league, it's basically you year to year getting the opportunity to hold on to a certain number of players. So you could be in a one keeper league where you get to pick one player that you don't have to draft for the next year. He stays on your roster. And then so on. You can have 2 keeper leagues, 3 keeper leagues. Now, a full keeper league is pretty much what we call a dynasty. It's essentially you building a team up from scratch at your initial draft and then year to year nurturing that team, making deals to kind of improve your roster, also paying attention to the waiver wire, and then every year getting the opportunity to draft rookies. Now, there are a lot of different platforms that you can play Dynasty on. Fantrax is the best for Dynasty, especially if you're playing in a points league, 9Cat or Roto. There is a new platform called Sleeper that's been out for a few years, and they have a different league type, which is called lock-in mode or game pick mode, but their Dynasty format is very, very cool and intuitive. So if you want to try that out, that could be a good starting point. For me, I'm okay with running a dynasty on Yahoo or ESPN because if you have players who are active, the commissioner can just make certain adjustments to accommodate you. With that being said, the way you view statistics, ranks, values for dynasty players is a little different because you're thinking ahead. Damian Lillard today will not be Damian Lillard 3 years from now. James Harden today will not be James Harden 3 years from now. The same way a player like Victor Wembanyama of today will definitely increase value as he gets older. So things you want to keep in mind: age, position, injury history, also what team are they playing for. So we're going to go through this top 100 pretty quickly just to help you kind of get a foundation for this season. But also we might share some of the hashtag basketball comments that are written by the writers over there. There was a time period where I worked with hashtag basketball to help them with their points league ranking. So I'm really honored to be able to share this with you. Again, if you haven't been to the site, it is one of the most trusted sources in the fantasy basketball universe. So please make sure you check out hashtagbasketball.com and let's jump right in. So the first player is, no surprise, Victor Wembanyama at number 1. Victor's 20 years old. He is a beast. This fun fact is really cool that they shared from hashtag. If you only use Wemby's defensive categories, rebounds, steals, and blocks, he still managed to finish in the top 10 last season over 9 categories. That is crazy. That is crazy. So that would still be tons of value for a points league as well. So pay attention to that. If you have Victor Wembanyama on your team for your keeper league or for your dynasty league, do not trade him. Just hold tight and be patient. Next up, one more thing before we go deeper past number 1. There's a new little feature here called the forecast range, which is really cool for hashtag basketball. So I really love what they're doing here. You can change this forecast range from 3 to 5 seasons, so the rankings will change a little bit. or if your forecast range is for the next 5 seasons, which I think is really dope. And as you can see here, the set of rankings that we chose is pointless leagues, but if you played in different types of leagues, or if you had a different agenda for your 9-cat league, because most of this is set to 9-cat, the overall 9-cat, the contending 9-cat, the rebuilding 9-cat, you can change there. But again, we are all points leagues on this channel, so we're going to dig right in. So after Victor Wembanyama, we have Luka Doncic at 2. Yes. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander at 3. I love it. And I think that is definitely because of the 5-year range here. If you adjust it to 3, you'll see that I believe Nikola Jokic moves up to 2. So we'll keep it at 5 there, but I just want to make sure you guys understand the full context. Just a quick note about SGA. The only three guards have averaged 30-plus points and shot 50% from the field in the same season since 1980. Michael Jordan, Steph Curry, and SGA. So he is in very good company. After SGA, we have Nikola Jokic at 4. After Jokic, we have Tyrese Halliburton at 5. Scotty Barnes at 6. Giannis at 7. Giannis is dropping and dropping and dropping. So far, I'm fine with all of this. Chet Holmgren at 8. Now, I think many people, when we talk about Chet, especially when you're in a redraft setting, people are not as high on him, right? And I get it. You standing on business. You know what it is. He was 54 in points leagues last year. I know he ain't going to do more than that. For me, I'm all about getting ahead of the curve. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be proactive so I don't have to be reactive. So a player like Chet, people ask me all the time why I'm so high on Chet. This is the reason. Because he is efficient, because he can contribute in a whole bunch of different categories that will lead to fantasy points league value, specifically his blocks, you know what I'm saying? And he also hits threes. So listen, Chet Holmgren, I'm definitely higher than most, but a lot of it is aligned with what I believe he will be, and what better way to get those signals than to pay attention to what's happening in Dynasty Fantasy Basketball. That is some innovative work. Number 9, Jason Tatum. 10, Trae Young. 11, Paolo Banchero. That is high for me, for Paolo Banchero. But I get it. He's only 21 years old. His shooting percentage, this is from hashtag, his shooting percentage continues to be a concern, but it's trending in the right direction. He jumped from 42.7 to 45.5 from last season. For points leagues, that's not so much of an issue unless your league settings have some type of made and missed field goal value. So be mindful of that when you are joining a league, that you know what the actual settings say. For Yahoo, there is nothing about attempts and makes. For ESPN, default or standard scoring settings, for field goal attempts, you lose a point. For points, you get a point. And for three-pointers made, you get an extra point. For free throws made, you get a point. So just pay attention to your settings. Anthony Edwards at 12. Alperen Şengün at 13. Yes. Cade Cunningham at 14. That's a big difference from his actual redraft value. Donovan Mitchell at 15. Joel Embiid at 16. That makes sense to me. That, listen, man, I love Joel Embiid. But watching him in the daggone Olympics, hot dog water. It did not look good. Booker at 17, LaMelo at 18. I would definitely have him a little higher. I see the concern here. According to hashtag, they say back-to-back seasons without reaching 40 games played. Are we officially worried yet? Yeah, maybe we're worried, but I don't know if I would be that low on him here for a dynasty league. Tyrese Maxey at 19. Yes. Jaren Jackson Jr. at 20. I am not that high on Jaren Jackson Jr. I used to be. But right now, watching, paying attention to the landscape, especially what's happening with big men in the NBA, I want to be higher on Triple J, but not for Dynasty. I don't think I would be this high anymore. Evan Mobley at 21. Yes. Anthony Davis at 22. Maybe. I'm high on Anthony Davis for redraft. Don't know if I'm this high on him at 31 years old in a Dynasty. Jalen Williams at 23. And then we're going to go back-to-back Jalen's. Jalen Johnson at 24. This is crazy. This is crazy. And when I say crazy, it's in a crazy, I agree. I'm high on Jalen Johnson. I don't know if I was this high. This is like Tyrone Bigum's Chappelle show high. What? Scratching your neck high. Like, wait, how much he did there? Like, man, I don't disagree with it, but it's making me rethink my my position on Jalen Johnson. At 25, Domantas Sabonis. 26, Ja Morant. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm on the record saying I have concerns about Ja Morant just because he makes a lot of off-court mistakes, but I don't know how I feel about this. A part of me feels like he should maybe be a little higher, but we'll see what happens. Then Zion Williamson at 27. I'll share the hashtag note here. He says, Zion quietly played 70 games last season. Another 70-game season will go a long way to shaking off his injury-prone tag. I'm okay with that. And I think for me, if I see another healthy season from Zion, top is off, boobies is out, hair blowing in the wind. We are all in on Zion if we can have another 70-game season. After Zion at 70, we have, my apologies, after Zion at 27, that is. After Zion at 27, we had De'Aaron Fox at 28. Karl Anthony Towns at 29. Karl Anthony Towns was recently traded to the New York Knicks. I talked about this in a video. I'll link it here. I don't often link the videos, but I'm going to link this one here. Your man Karl Anthony Towns thrived under the leadership of Tom Thibodeau. Thrived when he did not play alongside Rudy Gobert. Thrived when he played in his natural position at center. Now, he's no spring chicken. He's 28.9 years old. At one point, he was the top dynasty player or top prospect. I think 29, I would even go a little higher. I maybe put him a little higher just because I think he's going to have a resurgence unlike anything we've ever seen. I am all in on Karl Anthony Towns. The glaze is otherworldly. Love me some cat. 30, Bam Adebayo. 31, Lauri Markkanen. 32, Jamal Make 'em Ball Murray. Desmond Bring the Pain Bane. Josh Giddey. Darius Garland at 35. Jalen Brunson at 36. I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like, I know he's 28 years old, but I think I'll be a little higher on him, especially if we got Josh Giddey at 34. Let's just back up a little bit. I went through that a little too fast. Pull up. Let's run. Okay. So, Lauri Markkanen, Bam Adebayo at 30. I'm okay with that. 31, Lauri. 32, Jamal Murray. I'm not okay with that. Jamal Murray is 27.6 years old. For points league, he's good. He ain't that good. I'm not looking forward to him like that. Desmond Bane, a little more upside. Well, not even. Like, I just like Desmond Bane a little better than Jamal Murray. Now, Josh Giddey, although he is 22 years old in a new setting, him at 34, I think is a little too high. It's a little too high. Darius Garland at 35, I'm okay with that. Jalen Brunson, I think he should be a little higher. Kyrie Irving, 32 years old, per game monster at 37. I think I'm okay with that. Franz Wagner at 38, 23 years old. I might be a little higher on Franz. Scoot Henderson at 39. Heck to the no. I am out on that. I just need to see something first. The thing about Jalen Johnson, we saw something from him. You know what I'm saying? Alperen Sengun, we've seen something from him. Chet Holmgren, we've seen something from him. All of these young guys who are higher up, or top 40 so far, have done something. Scoot the boot Henderson ain't do nothing yet. Nothing. So I'm not okay with that. Fred VanVleet at 40, yes. Steph Curry at 41, it makes sense. He's 36 years old. And I love that they have these guys grouped together. Kevin Durant at 42. I would even put James Harden right in this area with them. Jaylen Brown at 43. I'm okay with that. Brandon Miller at 44. He's improving. Young, rising star. DeJounte Murray at 45. That's okay. Miles Turner, 28 years old at 46. I'm out on that. I don't like that one. I don't like that one. Nope. Then we got James Harden at 47. I'm okay with that. 48, Damian Lillard. Yes. 49, Devin Vassell. Just had a injury announcement. I like Devin Vassell. Emmanuel Quickley at 50. He has just moved up the ranks. I love this one. We're going to give my man Emmanuel Quickley an air horn. Love Emmanuel Quickley kind of like being that line in the sand but in the top 50 moving down to the bottom half of the top 100. Now let's go into 51. We got Amen Thompson. I'm okay with that. Anthony Simons. I'm okay with that. Nick Claxton. Yes. Jabari Smith Jr. Yes. PG-13, a.k.a. Podcast P, a.k.a. Paul George at 55. I'm okay with that. Tyler Hero at 56. 24 years old, still a lot of growth. I've been hard on him on this channel. I know folks get on me all the time. Listen, I'm just not high on Tyler Hero, but I'm okay with him here at 56. Pascal Siakam, 30 years old at 57. That's okay. Jarrett Allen at 58. I'm okay with that. Mikal Bridges at 59, 28 years old. I didn't realize Mikal Bridges was that old. And that's not old in real life. That's old for basketball. Jalen Duren at 60. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. I love that Jalen Duren is here. I think that's great, and I respect it. I have a little more confidence in the young man. Think Andre Drummond, prime Andre Drummond when you think about Jalen Duren. He has the potential to be a 20 and 20 machine. So I'm a little higher on him. DeAndre Ayton at 61, maybe. Kristaps Porzingis at 62, heck no. No. Heck no. I would be way lower on him. 29 years old, always banged up, same types of injuries, just too many red flags. He's just like no, I'm out. Brandon Ingram at 63, that makes sense that he's dropping there. Jalen Green at 64, I feel like I want to be a little higher on Jalen Green, maybe a little. Mark Williams at 65, I'm okay with that. OG Anunoby at 66, okay. 67, Asar Thompson, let's go. 68, Kobe White. Maybe Kobe should be a little higher. He's 24 years old, finally coming into his own, and a lot of opportunity for him. He had a great season last year. I don't know. Jonathan Kuminga, I got to see it. Everybody's talking about his breakout season. Like, your man been in the league for years, and we ain't seen nothing yet. I don't know if I agree with this. Everybody's hyped about Jonathan Kuminga, and I want to be, but I'm just not there yet. Keegan Murray at 70, maybe. Trey Murphy III at 71, maybe. RJ Make 'em Pay Barrett. I'm a little higher on RJ here. I'm sorry. He's 24 years old. This is a points league dynasty ranking show. Like, he should be higher. Derek Lively at 73. I love it. I am Cheech and Chong high on Derek Lively. Reed Shepherd at 74. That is high, but I understand why. He's the first rookie that we're talking about, so this is interesting. I'll share some of the hashtag notes. He says, Summer League was a sample of what he's capable of, averaging 20 points, 5.3 assists, and 4.8 rebounds in 4 games. But playing time in his rookie season might be a problem. Has, in my opinion, the most upside in this rookie class. I don't know if I agree with him having the most upside. I do think that he might have, the best skill set for a rookie to reach maximum potential. I think the upside player is Rob Dillingham. Oh, my God. I think Rob Dillingham is going to be Lou Williams 2.0. But we'll get to him shortly. Hopefully. I don't know if they have him in the top 100. And just to let you know, this is my first reaction to this update, guys. So I haven't done a deep dive. I'm doing it with you, my people, my boy, my girl, the team. Number 75, Rudy Gobert. I'm okay with that. Alex Sarr at 76, another rookie. Keontae George at 77. Yes. Austin Reeves at 78. I don't know how I feel about that. He's 26 years old. He ain't no spring chicken. And what? No, I don't know. Shaedon Sharpe at 21. Just like with Scoot Henderson, I gotta see it. We've been talking about Shaedon Sharpe for the last couple years. He ain't done nothing. He has a few good runs here and there. Sample sizes, like it says here, we only got a small 32-game sample size this season. But what we saw was good. Yeah, what we saw was good, but it was just a sample size. I need to see the full menu, right? Otherwise, to me, hot dog water with the bratwurst residue. Frank Furters. I'm just saying. Yo. Donovan Clingan at 80. Jimmy Butler at 81. I'm out on Jimmy Butler. 82, Onyeka Okongwu. I think we should be you know what? Let me practice what I preach. I need to see it from Onyeka Okongwu too, excuse me. I think he'll be great if he's given the opportunity, but we've been waiting for years. I just was on the Old Man Squad's podcast with Dan Bespris. Big shout out to my brother Dan. And we talked about this, that everyone has been waiting for Onyeka Okongwu to have the breakout season when Clint Capella gets traded. And it ain't happened yet. It just ain't happened yet. So there we are. 84, Miles Bridges. I'm okay with that. Julius Randle at 85. He's 29 years old. I'm okay with that. Denny Abdia at 86. LeBron James at 87. Dang. Man. That's wild. It makes sense. That makes sense. He's in the top 100, 39 years old. We have never seen anything like LeBron James. I'm close to listen, I'm an MJ guy. He's my number one GOAT, but I'm getting close, y'all. I am at this point, it's not even about the championships. Championships are heavily weighted in my criteria for my greatest of all time list, and you should have a criteria too. People at home, if you're debating top 10 GOAT lists, top 5 all-time lists, have a criteria. Don't just make it like some opinion, my favorite player crap. That's just whack. Let's get a little more, let's get a little more in depth in our analysis if we're gonna have a respectable argument about who's the greatest of all time. And championships are heavily weighted in mine. I might have to adjust the weight for LeBron James. Number 88, Kawhi Leonard. I'm totally fine with that. Brandon Podziemski at 89. Love that he's rising. 90, Tariq Eason. I need to see more from him. Kyle Kuzma at 91. He's 29 years old. Makes sense to me. Zach LaVine at 92. I almost want to push him out of the top 100. I'm about over with Zach. Number 93 is Jalen Suggs. 23 years old. Still a bunch of room to grow. 94, Jordan. Leave the kids at the pool with the baddies at 94. Stephen Castle at 95. Interesting. He's a rookie, if you didn't know. Number 96, Cam Thomas. For a points league, I would be higher. He's got to be higher. He's got to be high. He's got to be higher than some of these rookies. He is proved. He's shown. He's exhibited the skills necessary to be a hyper-productive points league player, and now with Mikal Bridges out of town, I think he'll get more opportunity. I don't like this. I want him higher. Bilal Coulibaly at 97. Drew Holiday at 98, just holding on. Number 99, Zach Edey, one of my favorite rookies. I might be higher on him than I am even on Reed Shepherd this season for redraft, because I think there's going to be more opportunity for him, but we shall see. And then, thank goodness, Googly Scoot. I think this is beautiful. At 100, this warms my heart. Rob Dillingham. Yo, your man is 19 years old. Shot 40. This is from hashtag. Shot 44.4% from 3 in college on high volume, 6.8 attempts per game, and should translate well to the NBA as a heat check guy off the bench for Minnesota. Can we get an air horn for my man, Rob Dillingham? So, Dillingham, one thing that you got to know, and I'm glad we're closing the show out because I'm going to get on my soapbox a little bit. I've been high on Rob Dillingham. Rob Dillingham is way down in the rankings wherever you draft. In the projections and the pre-draft projections, he's going to be in the 200s, the 300s. You got to dig, right? When I tell you, I've been following this young man for years because of my kid. My kid is a big fan. Watched him in OTE, watched him at Donda Academy, watched him when he played for Calipari in Kentucky. When I tell you, it will be, to start at least, if he can secure that sixth-man role, it will be Lou Williams 2.0. He has the potential to really, really make an impact. He is a microwave scorer. But now that you have the top 100 Dynasty rankings for points leagues, check out this episode right here with the top 100 for redraft.